Alrighty. It is April 27th, Monday. It has been crazy. No, not even crazy. I don't even know. I'm just exhausted. And I swear I say this like every day. My want to do things is at an all time low. We hit a new low. Uh, like last end of last week was just terrible. It's like I knew I had stuff to do or I had stuff on my calendar and boom, it's I don't think about it, I don't open it. Boom, missed that. Oh, that. I don't feel like doing that. And it's just it's like kind of what happened near uh kind of what happened before winter break where stuff just it just starts slipping and it's hard to correct. But no trades today. I don't even really know how it played out. Ugh. Ugh. Looking at the 15-minute, this is disgusting as hell. Um, I see why. Nothing really played out for me before, but let's actually go to the action like normal. 9:30. My lunch still wasn't ready yet, so I've got like 10 minutes to do this and then go grab my lunch and then get to a meeting with my academic person. Ugh. I hate these meetings. Granted, I met with her on last Thursday, but then a bunch of stuff got in that was missing, and so now it's going to be even worse. And it's I don't know. I'm ready for some. I'm ready to be done with this. Not done with this. I'm ready to be done with school, right? And here, let me bring this back up. I as the years gone on, I've grown to obviously closer with my teammates, and they're cool. I love practicing with them. School, no. Like that's why I want this to work. And I have a Notion template up, not a template, but I've got a thing that's like my why. I gotta write that down. But it's like obviously I love the money from this. Obviously, quote unquote freedom that everybody's like, oh yeah, it's not for the money, it's for the freedom. But I just want to help people achieve what they want to achieve. And for some people that there's a monetary barrier, there's limiting things there. And I'm like, if I can help people with that, that'd be great. That'd make me happy. And then also just doing this. I love doing this. I love the technical aspects and blah 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 blah. And I've just rambled on. So for market open, I'm like, if we well, these if thens for the 15-minute just become more just literally just saying wait for my model. But it's like, okay, actually, I drew some arrows on here, but I see this and I'm like, well, this doesn't really look like manipulation. I know somebody in the Discord I was in mentioned like, "Oh, this could be manipulated," and I'm like, I don't see this being manipulated. Obviously, if we would have pushed up and this would have manipulated, did ES do that? Nope. If this would have pushed up and swept out that, then boom, there's our manipulation to go a little bit lower. But I'm like, I just can't see this as manipulation. But I drew it out anyways, and I'm like, well, I kind of want longs to work out today. Okay, what's happened so far? Okay, boom. This was a BPR. We pushed up, retraced down, swept out that, hit the BPR, rallied. Choom. So we've extended. Okay, what do I need to see to continue taking longs? Obviously, but down here, sweep that out, maybe that low, and then push up, put an actual manipulation, this kind of being accumulation, manipulation, and then we can start running some of this back to rebalance or not. And so actually looking at this, I'm like, I had this drawn out like, okay, we could push up, come down, retest, down. Like, okay, if we sweep out these people, retest one feather swing, that could be confirmation for me if we play back up into that BPR. I didn't even really see this BPR here. I probably could have been looking for that also. Because okay, if we play back up into this, that's holding EQ that we just swept up out all these people. And if we haven't taken any shorts, or if we haven't taken any of this liquidity yet, that would be good for shorts. But really, I'm like, I really only had bullish scenarios here because like I didn't see, the top being in. And so, okay, boom, market open, push down, swept out the liquidity, swept out one of them. Okay, boom, closing lower. I'm like, okay, order block lower. Okay, push back up. I'm like, that could be liquidity sweep manipulation. Alrighty, what's this next candle going to do? Push up. Alrighty, if we pull back, sweep, and then close higher. Alrighty, if I see my entry model right here, that's liquidity sweep, that's manipulation. We took out Asia low that ran a bunch. Okay, I kind of like that. Push down. Okay, I'm like, if I see another bearish candle, just barely sweep this out and close above. I like that. Nope. And I'm like, that's still big. Nope. That basically here, I'm like, no, I don't see that. So I kind of want to see us push down, manipulate out again. Boom. I'm like, okay, push down, push down. Okay, we've now swept out the liquidity I want. We're in this BPR range. Boom. Let's see, what does the hourly say for me? Hourly, we're in an hourly gap. What about 4 hour? Nah, nothing 4 hour. Okay, I need to hurry this up because my food's basically ready, I think. Let's actually check. Is my food ready? Oh, I literally just got the email saying food's ready. So let's speed through this. Boom. I'm like, okay, quick sweep. Okay, that's a strong closure above. We swept out all of this. I'm like, okay, longs could be good. And I was like, I really have to take a shit though. And so I left here. I'm like, okay, if that's just gonna be unfortunate if I get an entry. We're just straight up. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, push back. Okay, where would the failure swing relatively be? Down here. So I'm like, those look like equal lows. Okay, pushing down. That we just look like we're selling now. The order block would have to be up here. That's a little jank for that. Push down. And at this point, I think I would have been like, okay, this is not really looking good for longs here. We could possibly sweep this out, but that's still jank. Boom. And there's just no confirmation where I need to see it for longs. And so it's like, we're just kind of chopping and ugh, ugh, ugh. Maybe we push down, sweep out that again. Ugh, what is this price action? You. Okay, yeah. And that's the thing. I know I know if I look, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I blew a bunch of accounts. There was not even close to being confirmation for me to take entry here. Like, what did ES do? Okay. ES looks a lot cleaner, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Cause then okay, put in low, blah blah blah, took the high, pushed down, took the low, this being manipulation. Okay, boom. And so entry somewhere here to then run these highs, equal highs, which we would have been approaching. I like that a lot. Damn, that looks clean. That looks really clean on ES. But what time is that? 11:20. And I'm like, I would have been off the charts anyways. Yeah, so that was 11:20 was the uh SMT. But that's the thing. It's a no news Monday, some janky action, some stuff like that. And so it's like, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't, right? Because that's yep. So that's just do we take oh we took 940. Ugh. Yeah, so it's just kind of janky in that regard. But I'm like, if I, not getting any confirmation to take a trade, that's what saves me in my accounts. Granted, it makes me trade less days. But if I have that confirmation, like that's all I need to see. You know what? I'm gonna pause this and go grab my lunch and then I'll be right back. Hopefully, Dosmo does not fall off the thing. But I will be right back. Give me like 5 minutes. Hello, I am back and I got my lunch. Woohoo. Um, well they kind of what is that's like the small it looks big, it looks juicy. There you pause. Fries are pretty good. But if I could get like a larger sirloin, oh perfect. Right. If I could spend my like regular dining dollars on it, well I can, but spend more to get a larger one. Oh, 100%. Where was I? Kind of in this what news dropped. All right, there we go. Boom. There you go. Target had been hit from that. Because this, if you think of ES, well, that's like perfect. Damn. That's like perfect. Or if you think that entire move is manipulation, then you're aiming for taking the high again. But I'm like, I would have just marked it there, right? From that, boom. And then think about, okay, fair value gap equals turtle soup. Boom. Soup. Okay, that's not really a good soup CISD there. But then if you think about, okay, that soup, this CISD right here, no sync, no sync. Granted, I don't know exactly how ICT says it has to be, but I'm like, well, hold on. Like, does it have to be this or can it be that one? I don't know. But then if like, okay, if you're entering longs here, stop loss below there, you're targeting. I mean, like that's a good enough RRR ready. That's and if you're like unconfident there, I mean, that's just good on ES, right? But like here, I mean, I wouldn't really count this as soup CI. I mean, possibly. That's just a huge stop loss for I mean, take profit would be here. I mean, it's possible. I don't really like it that much. And so I'm like, if I'm not finding entry here, right? If I'm not finding a smaller entry somewhere in here or the smaller entry like here, okay, what do I need to wait for? Okay. So then we have this, I don't know, something, some sort of thing. And that soup, that's another huge CIS. There is not a lot of entries on NQ for this. But that's even if you do see that being the manipulation because ES, whereas I see this as the manipulation, but it's not really. I mean, I mean, literally, it is just a tricky day. Like, my idea was right, right to the point where it's like, okay, boom, we push down. I mean, that's the 945 candle right here. That's the sweep. And if it was a quote unquote cleaner, better day, I mean, this would have been the manipulation. Boom, we would have found an entry somewhere like here, and then we would have just ran the high. And that's kind of the idea behind it was okay, boom, found an entry somewhere here, stop loss there, and then we're running this failure swing. We're running that failure swing out, right? But I mean, no news Monday. It's a Monday. I'm starting to realize Mondays are a little bit more janky. But I mean, what I do wrong? I didn't have a plan if shorts were to play out. That was the biggest thing for me. So actually, let me like I need to. Like, I don't see anything. Like I'm being for real. Like I see nothing. But it's like okay, when you take a look back and see okay, one of the better trading days, New York, we manipulated and then ran. That wasn't even a great day. This day, it chopped down a little bit, but we ran. And then we ran the other way. Alrighty? The other day, manipulated, ran. Today, we just Wick City and it's just super janky. But I mean, it does. ES looks clean. Yeah, ES looks a lot cleaner in that aspect of trying to rip the highs, which I mean is probably going to be the goal. We're going to end up there. And it's nice to see. I've been more and more right about my analysis. Granted, I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody's perfect with their analysis is, but I've been more right recently. But I haven't been making money. Granted, uh, mainly because of okay, I'm not able to stay on and trade like 10 to 10:30, right? That's like the biggest move. A lot of stuff's been happening around 11:30 now. But then there are some days where I'm right. Okay, really one day that I can think of where I was right, but I just got, we took the high, okay, failure swing, okay, enter that short, okay, we reran the failure swing, didn't give me another entry, and we ran to the draw, and I'm like, I was right, but I lost money. That rarely is going to happen where it doesn't give me another entry in to the trade. And so I'm like, I've been more and more right about how I want to see stuff play out. It's just I'm not able to capitalize on it yet, which is going to be a huge thing for me over the summer, right? But I gotta finish writing this up and uh, yeah, finish some other stuff, and then I got to get to my meeting. Unfortunately, it's always worse than I think, or it's always no, it's always better than I think because I'm like, damn, like looking at my grades, like I'm failing a class now because I forgot to turn in some stuff. Tried to turn in some stuff in English, but I got a good grade in English, and so I'm gonna go in there and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, you need to do better, and then that's all. And so I'm like, really, is that helping? I just wish I cared at least a little bit more about like the scoring stuff because it's honestly right now there is a small chance that I flunk out. Like hate to put that in the into the world, but that's if I don't take it up a notch, there's a possibility that that happens, which is not good. Which is probably the worst case scenario. Well, not the worst case scenario, but it's like it's bad. But just going back and realizing that it's like okay, what do I like out of being here, and what do I not like in that? And it's like I've just got to start. I don't know. I'm excited for the summer. I'm excited to get to train. And funny thing is, I didn't realize is like I'm not close to the regional marks, but one of my teammates is, and I think she's like one of the only ones who is close. And so, well, and she's from New Zealand, and so it's like she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be stuck here an extra 2 weeks," and she's like, "Yo, guys," to me and another teammate who live close, like, "Yo, if you guys want to pull up, so it's not just me practicing," I'm like, "Sure." That gives me something to do and hang around people over the summer, which was the biggest thing last year. Was I didn't like there was no social aspect of it. Granted, because I was grinding my ass off, and that's another thing. It's like, okay, I need something that's like athletics going to keep you in shape, throwing, lifting, competing. Boom. You need something that's going to make you money, trading. And then you're going to need a hobby that connects you with people. Still trying to figure that one out because I don't have the money aspect yet. But we'll figure that out as long as it goes. But it's like I've got my teammates, I got people I can talk with and stuff like that. So I'm like, I just need to capitalize on this trading thing, which I'm excited. But I mean, that's all I got for today. I'm gonna go put on a YouTube video and start eating. So I will see y'all later.